Hello and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Dragonfable. Today we are going to be taking on the next part in the end of Magic saga. Of course, first we're going to equip our class. After we just saved it all, yes, we are definitely going to equip our Athelian class. And then once we have equipped our Athelian class, we will do more main story, because the main story actually gets interesting and really loaded at times. But first, load our set. As you can see, as a dragon amulet holder, we can now do this and then get the special from here. As a dragon amulet holder, we now have access to builds and outfits. Now then, let's heal and let us sell the items that we don't need. Yeah, let us sell this one first, because that is purely there to look good. The 13-leaf clover isn't relevant right now, but we will do that. Armageddon, I do not use Chaos Weaver because I have unlocked Chaos Weaver and all classes on another account, and I know that you can do most quests with that one. But I like actually struggling a bit, and that's not really possible when you are facing when you are facing the main quest. Yeah, Chaos Weaver is overkill. So, last week we completed the Song of Atiala. This week, Plants Entwined, Out of Control, the Golden Hand, and then to Swordhaven. We are going to war. Also, let me go ahead and make sure that this is watched on my screen. It's not going alright for you, Jaina, is it? Jania, is it? Here, Captain, I think we found a way in. And pull! Oh, this mech is not good news. Alright. Take torches and spread out in pairs. Make sure to map your way through. We don't know what's waiting inside, but expect the worst. Damn it, double click. But yeah, they went inside. Doom Knight is making the Unraveler look like a piece of cake. Oh, yeah, Doom Knight makes most things look like a piece of cake. That's not that much of a surprise, to be honest. Let me go ahead and look up the encyclopedia. For the thing that I accidentally clicked through, because this mouse, again, doesn't work. We'll send a message to Acanthus that we've made a path. Let's have something to show for it when he arrives. Move out! And then we see Jimmy. How many 90s do I have? I have one, but I don't really need more. Something about this is so familiar. I can't quite put my finger on it. Ugh. Whatever they find in there, it can't bode well. It has an air of ominousness. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. The grind is painful indeed, yes. Ugh. It's on the edge of my brain, but I can't quite. Ah, Mega Z.
And while the gnomes are coating the airship's underside with tritteril, I'm enchanting.
Thrithil?
Oh, it's an Atialan mineral, I believe. Funfood says the gnomes have used this material as a protective layer on a past ship before.
Ah, continue.
Where was... Oh! I'm enchanting every board, every screw with a whole deal. With the spell that should act as an extra protection on top of the trithril coating from the fissure's updraft magic radiation. It is as you requested. Even if the airship were to fly directly over the fissure, we should be safe, I believe.
I don't want you to believe. I want you to know. The airship, and by extension us, have to be protected from the unknown influences of the Manacor radiation.
Well, that's the issue. Everything about this is new. We're going...
See?
Yes, Lady Jania.
I know you can do it.
Of course, Lady Jania. That reminds me, I'm also working on the mobile gun units with no Michelle. Would you like to view the progress?
No. My schedule is very tight. The majority of my spell scrolls that burned in the incident have to be remade, and I have other business to attend to. I trust you on this, see? You may go.
Understood.
So yeah, that's my impression of C. And yes, doing Haunted Castle for the Umbroesses to get Hollow Death Knight pieces is painful, but it's not as painful as doing the Zeklam grind. It's maybe less, but it's... yeah, Zeklam grind is more annoying, I find. Also, I really like this way of creating spells. No. I need a better synonym. The incantation has to flow naturally.
Yo.
Mega sense, huh? A pleasure.
Don't you dare come Magus me. I can feel your conflict. I can hear your insecurity. Why did you refuse our request for aid?
Securing the fissure is currently our highest priority. Surely you can understand that.
Higher than the homes and livelihoods of the people we swore to protect.
I am truly sorry.
You are. Yet...
Haunted has ridiculous XP. Like 9200 XP. Yeah. Haunted Castle is ridiculous in how much experience you gain. And I will probably do that grind again. Because this... well, I use Cryptic on this character. I always imagined this character as a Death Knight, and that was the very first class I unlocked. Well, of course, Necromancer and Paladin before that, but Death Knight was the very first class I purposely unlocked for on this character. It's just that Cryptic is way better unless you get the correct stats on... Death Knight. Unless you get the correct gear, I mean. Dear Hansa, we do not lie to each other. When we have secured the fissure and my research is complete, we will rebuild. When our plan comes to fruition and lore is saved, these magisterium attacks will cease. And in this new era of peace, we shall prosper like none before.
An ambitious dream, one I still dare, but you are struggling.
I am. You are a talented mage. I could actually use your input on some of my current theories.
I cannot. Perhaps in your new world, when all is done, I may follow your lead once more. But in the here, in the now, there are people who require my aid that I am able to provide immediately. I hereby resign my position from the Rose, if you'll allow me.
No, you're right, of course. We're just so close, I must have... Damn it. I used base class all the way to Dr. Wen and then realized I could change my class to save it. Well, yeah, I also did that. I just haven't done that on this character because, well, I had better things to spend the gold on. I believe I have enough gold to actually change the base class now. But, yeah. If the gnome project is completed soon, then that gives us a small window in which... Yes, Hansa, would you be willing to remain if I provided you with the soldiers and resources necessary to take care of any refugees? Queen Victoria has been somewhat of an obstacle in a few of our recent logistics. Swordhaven has been very generous, but I fear that over time, even Swordhaven's generosity may run dry.
Your cause is just, Lady Jania, but your goal must not take precedence over the safety of the people. We cannot protect lore from the evils of magic if there is no one left to protect. The Magisterium undermines confidence in Rose, and you have done nothing yet to refute that. When, and only when, you provide these resources and this security, will I give your proposal some thought.
Actions before words. I understand. Thank you, Hansa. It just doesn't make sense. Where is Amadeus? I require his experience, his expertise on these matters. Perhaps some of his experiments can shed light on the results I'm getting. I love the way that that Alexander is here just doing nothing. Alex, wake up. The General, Acanthus, he's arrived. Ah, it's almost time. And now they're bringing something out.
Acanthus, sir. We've located what appears to be a major artifact. I mean, just look at it. You have a report written up, I trust. Yes, sir. Here it is.
Jimmy, I can't read it. Enhance.
I see. This does indeed appear to be a significant find, and everyone is out or accounted for.
A few casualties to the trap inside, but all accounted for, sir.
Good. Place the artifact down. gently.
Why am I shaking like this? This thing. No, I've seen it before. Do I have a favorite weapon in this game as a warrior? I really like the ultimate blinding edge of destiny. And of course, I always like Verraad. But I tend to prefer either Chaos Weaver or Mage classes. I really like the Ascendant. It's just strong and it gets a good boost. I don't really like the Riftwalker, for example, because it constantly forces you to use a few skills very quickly after another.
Ha!
What's so funny?
I must have Amadeus suspect this personally. Thank you for your service.
Amadeus?
Here it comes. I knew it! What a waste!
Who is this Amadeus? What would he know about this thing?
What a shame the traps here were so deadly. Our new expedition will have to be more careful. In the meantime, we'll have to get you somewhere safe. Oh, what's up, dudes? What you watching? Oh, I love this episode. Move over, son.
Legion Sunderer is great if you get it combined with, the... What's it called? The Ice Scythe. Yes, that's the one. That one is really good. And I really like the design on the Legion Sunderer as well. I just like the design on the penultimate Ascender more. Like, that's the one I always like. Amadeus sure is a popular guy. Also, I'm going to do the redesigned quest. No, not new quest, past quest, because I always do this at the start, but I forgot this. So yeah, there is a redesign in this week's design notes, and it's called Melissa, and I'm going to do this one now, so just to showcase what has happened. Perfect timing, Jaina. I need to speak with Melissa. I would like you to be present when I do, if you do not mind. I have it with Wings of the Unraveler and Doom Knight set with bloom coloration and the neck Paragon helm matches really well. Yeah. Yeah, blue coloration. Yeah, that fits. I have my outfit on my main looking the color of Doom Scythe, because that also really looks, or Final Doom Scythe. Melissa, we need to talk about your behavior. We truly appreciate your aid in the Finn, but you must control your aggression. What's she doing here? Right, let me hide my helm, because I am not yet high enough level to use the invisible helm as a default. Well, I asked Jaina to be here. Jaina is a hero after all, a defender of the people, which is what the Finn is striving to achieve, to come to the aid and defense of those who need it. What I mean is, we aren't here to seek glory or bring revolution to Swordhaven. We're here to defend those that cannot defend themselves, to free those who are unjustly imprisoned, to shelter those with nowhere else to go. Yeah. That's it? That's really it? Do you actually think the Rose will stop trying to find Solanesca? With every... Kara is my favorite female character in this game. I like the redesigned Kara. I don't like the original Kara. The original Kara was a bitch and self-righteous to boot. I like Victoria. Victoria is really, really cool, and the way she struggles with it all, that really fits. So, yeah. That with every victory the Wind achieves, the Rose will just shrug their shoulders. The Wind is supposed to be the resistance. We should be doing some resisting. You don't understand. Please, explain then. The sanctuary. I can't let that happen again. That was the resistance before the Wind, was it? It was. They tried to reach too far. They became too much of a threat to the Rose. And you're afraid what happened to them will happen again? Oh, always. I need to go swing my sword at something. Melissa, I'll stay in the camp. Are you okay, Kara? She's right. I know she's right. The Rose probably isn't going to just leave us be. They're not going to give up, and we're always just defending, just reacting to their actions. Then we're always going to be on the back foot. But there's still the possibility of peace negotiations. Princess Victoria mentioned that she would do her best to get Jania involved. Yes, you're right. Of course, there's still hope. I suppose if the Rose is not willing to meet or the negotiations fail, well, at a certain point we'll have to bring the fight to them. Thank you for listening, Jaina. Sometimes there's no choice left. Please excuse me, Jaina. I have a lot to consider and to plan. Actually, do you mind checking on Melissa just to make sure she's not getting into trouble? I don't mind at all. Take care, Kara. Thank you, Jaina. I like the new redesigned Melissa, actually. I really like it, and she fits very well with the story I have for my main. My main has a bit of original story. And Melissa really fits well with that. Kara sent you to check on me, did she? Make sure I'm not out of control? Pretty much. You've really done a number on those training dummies. They had it coming. Did they? Whatever did they do? I was joking. I know. It's frustrating, you know. I want to do something. I can't just wait. And these poor dummies pay the price. Alas, that seems to be the case. Unless... How about we spar? You and me. It'll be good training. Real training. For whenever the day comes. That? Sure, yeah. You're on. Prepare yourself, Jane. I'm not holding back. Like I said, I like the characters that have some battle lust. I also like that they brought back this animation set for this refight. It's been so long since we actually saw it. So I quite like seeing it. Also, yes, in this fight, Melissa gets bonuses, and that bonus grows over time. On the other end, she also always has a minus 50 to all. So, yeah, let's get a cracking. She can also do a rather powerful blind, which unfortunately got through our shield. So we have a minus 75 bonus. To counteract that, we will use one of the best bonuses in the game, actually. This, because it always gives you a bonus, so it completely counteracts that. Now then, paranoia. Reset. And enemies crushed. Now then, deal with the weakest of our shields, because Cryptic, has a full uptime rotation of shields. It's just kind of difficult to actually get it to go off. And part of it is just a minus 60 blind, which, she counteracts. Like, it's completely counteracted now. She is just neutral. And we don't really have anything that works against it. She's also immune to Blast, so this one can now also blind her a bit. So she might actually miss sometimes. Let's see, this one is one turn left. Yeah. Yep, that was why I did that. Now then, do this so that we can actually hit through the blind. And now that we are almost done here, we are almost done. Let's hide for one last turn. As she charges recklessly. Or not the last turn, but, last attack now. Ha! Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. How did I do? Well, you beat me. Ouch! Yeah, you definitely won. I can see now why Kara and the others hold you in such high regard. Not that I had many doubts from the stories I've been told, but, well, it's another thing to experience it firsthand. So, how are you feeling? Better now. Alive. Good. I don't feel like I need to go and tear up the Rose checkpoint, if that's what you're getting at. We might have a chance for peace talks with the Rose soon. Yeah, I think Britta mentioned something about that. Maybe, yeah, I know. I'll stay out of trouble, I promise. I just hope the Kara can realize that even should the worst come to pass, we're not helpless. We can fight back, reach farther, make a difference. I think she knows, but let's hope it won't come to that. Right, yeah. And here we see Jania wasting away for her mirror. What is it?
Have you given more thoughts to King Altion's request
What was it again?
to attempt a parley with the Fiend? Peace negotiations. Lady Jania,
Yes, that should be fine.
would you have plans to attend, should such an opportunity come to pass?
No, I will be busy.
Very well.
Be aware of the dangers of what could have been, Jania. Peace between the Vind and the Rose. A dream? Or a possible reality? We can get tears. Specifically a belt. This is actually a pretty good belt. I just think, if I remember correctly, the Death Knight belt is better. Like, this is -4 all. It has good bonuses and stats and everything. Just -4 all, so that isn't. Also, some of my other favorite characters include Galanoth, especially in Book 3, due to his duality. Dove is interesting as a character. And also very interesting, the hero and the dragon. Like, it sounds maybe a bit conceited, but yeah, the hero is definitely an interesting character. Oh, whoops. No. Terribly sorry about that. So yeah, there are some here that I haven't got yet, such as Locksmith and the Falcon Reach Idol. Like this all. I was working on this one for a while. I'm stuck on the library for this one. I just can't beat Gluttony for this one, and then Art Mastery is annoying and not worth it. The Honk badge, definitely not. So yeah, these badges are all very interesting, but not what I wanted. I wanted to click guest to remove the guests. Because I don't want Kara as a guest. Now, things are going out of control very, very rapidly. That is actually something that canonically happens. But it's also the intro of one of my favorite tunes. I am aware of the increased monster activity in the area surrounding farms, but I'm sorry, I just can't send my guards there at the moment. Maybe you could post about your problem on the city board. Perhaps some kind soul can help you. Alternatively, I could request some Rose recruits help with your issue. Thank you, Your Majesty. Long may you reign, and thank the Rose. Dad, how did you manage all of this? Please, send in the next audience. Greetings, Your Majesty. Lady Jania, may I help you with something? Brittany's health seems stable for now. Our best researchers are doing whatever they can. However, would it be possible to hasten the rebuilding of my chambers, Your Majesty? My temporary quarters negatively impact my own research endeavors. What a shame. If you tell me about the incident, I will see if the renovations can progress faster. It was simply an experiment gone wrong, my queen. Lady Jania, I order you to tell me what happened in your tower that day. causing damage to the infrastructure and populace of Swordhaven, or else you will be thrown into the dungeon. And believe me, it is much more uncomfortable than your current temporary headquarters. Please accept my apologies, Your Majesty. I didn't mean to anger you. Two of my old acquaintances invaded my tower uninvited and caused the incident. They have been dealt with, I assure you. Something like this will never happen again. I've already put it into myself to personally help and reimburse the people who were caught up and are injured in this incident. Good, thank you. I will see what I can do about your old quarters. Thank you so much, my queen. Long may you reign. Hold. There is another matter which I must discuss with you. We have welcomed refugees of Dwat into Swordhaven, and while we have the resources to support them for now, it has come to my attention that the Magisterium attack was stopped not because of the Rose, but despite your refusal to send troops or investigate personally. I'm sure I do not need to remind you, but the safe harbor of Swordhaven was provided under a condition. The condition that the Rose protect the citizens of Greengard. I understand that most of your forces have been tasked with moving south, outside of the kingdom.
Also, one amazing character that I wish we would see more of is King Aldian. I want to see him take to battle. I want to see him take action. And I want to have him provide comfort for Victoria. And I want to get them to, kick the Rose for becoming a scourge worse than magic could ever be.
I believe the solution to the eternal protection of Kingdom of Greengard, no, of all of lore, lies with unlocking the secrets of the fissure. As such, it is imperative that the Rose occupy this territory above all other priorities. As per my father's decree, I cannot allow this. The Rose's first priority must be to deal with any immediate threats to the Kingdom of Greengard. Lady Chania, should you refuse to... Your Majesty. And Lady Chania. What is it? An urgent message from Emptyville, Your Majesty. Proceed.
Another rift has opened near Doomwood. Emptyville requests aid.
Lady Chania, if you do not recall your forces to assist in the defense of the kingdom, I'm afraid I will have no choice but to terminate your base of operations here in Swordhaven. Do you refuse? No, Your Majesty. The Rose is at your disposal.
And so, Chania will have to work with the Rose. Chania will have to work with Swordhaven. Chania will have to put her research on hold for a bit.
Jaina, thank you for coming. I have a new assignment for you. Has something happened? Unfortunately, yes. Our scouts report that another Magisterium rift has opened near Doomwood, a ways away from Emptyville. Another rift? It took the sacrifice of the Italian emperors to close the last one. How can we even stop it this time? I am well aware of the direness of the situation, Jane. However, with our scouts scouring Greengard, we've caught onto this much earlier than the Sensi rift. Your presence may help curtail any immediate threats. It's possible that if we act quickly enough, we can slow down the enemy forces before they build up. I see. Jaina, if you can somehow secure an alliance with the Rose members there for the defense of Emptyville, We will join you shortly. If not, I still believe that it is undeniable that your presence there will be of great value, should this escalate further. Our scouts will continue to keep an eye out for any magisterium or abnormal growth activity. We will keep you informed. Of course, I'll head to Emptyville immediately. We have friends there. And so, we travel to Emptyville. And so we travel and we deal with this invasion of electricity? That is weird. So yeah, shock drakes and shock wisps and energy elementals. All of them, really. And all of them followed the old way of dealing with electricity elementals. The old method they use to attack. Overwhelming power. Luckily, we can do something about overwhelming power. Yeah, I love this soundtrack here. It's so great. And it also really instills you how much danger is coming. And just how important it is that we get to Emptyville on time. Also, I just like Emptyville. Like, to be honest, part of the reason I really like this quest, and I think it's not the next one, but the one after that that is also set in Emptyville. I really like them, mostly because it's set in Emptyville. I just like Emptyville. That isn't Emptyville. Not that way either. Not that way. So, as we travel as quickly as we can to Emptyville, taking out all possible enemies on our way. Well, not all, of course. That would be a task far too difficult. No, we take out most. Zamzana. Zamzana is the leader of these shock elementals, as it were. So, let's hope that we can quickly take care of Zamzana and break the siege on Emptyville at least a tiny amount. Ah, if only we had gotten that as a crit. Well then. With full paranoia boost and a shield that can't be broken by most things, really. Well, let us go ahead and unleash power on Zamzana. Then I will cast the Wild Daggers to take care of the ads, finally. Or well, most of them. That one won't last long, I think. And next turn we will win. Jaina, you've arrived just in time.
Jane, welcome.
Hi Thursday, make us near him. How's the town holding up?
A storm is coming.
Hello, Verley. Hi.
A storm is coming, Jaina. Can you smell it from the air?
I don't smell the storm, but I did have to fight an unusual amount of energy elementals on the way over. What's the situation like? Is the town safe?
We've received a number of reinforcements from the Rose to help secure the town and evacuate if needed.
The extra Rose presence is keeping everyone calm for now. Especially even if that awful voice screeches about this being the Rose's fault.
That being said, the main force that emerged from the rift is struggling to make it through the forest unscathed.
The werewolves, vampires, and even some undead are doing their best to hold the elementals at bay.
Indeed. Now, Jane, I understand you're working with the Wind.
That is true, but the threat of the Magisterium...
No need to justify this to me, Jaina. This is Antiville. Our local Rose members are well acquainted with working with those of magical persuasions. If the reports from the Sensi are true, however, then we need all the help we can get. If anyone has issues with the Wind backing us up, they can bring it up with me. I will personally educate them as to the primary focus of the Rose in Emptyville.
That's wonderful to hear. I will send word to the Wind immediately. However, we must locate a method to deal with the rift as soon as possible. From our experience in the Sensi, it seems that an immense amount of magical power is required to close a rift.
That could prove a problem. The vampires and necromancers are most proficient with magic in Doomwood, and not most amicable of citizens. We could start by attempting to open a dialogue with them, I suppose.
Magus Nero. An urgent... hi, Jaina. Hi, Raven. Hi, Raven. Hi, Thursday. An urgent report has come in, Magus Nero. Directly from Swordhaven.
Yes.
It appears that other rifts have opened across the kingdom of Greengard. The Queen has declared a kingdom-wide emergency, and the Rose and Knights are to be deployed in the following areas. A new rift has appeared near Swordhaven. The city of Drakesford. And even the Deadlands. All regions are requesting immediate aid, Lady Jania. Her Majesty, Queen Victoria, has also formally decreed that these attacks are a declaration of war by the Magisterium. Lady Jania. To go this far, the Magisterium must be truly desperate. Send word that we are recalling most of our forces from the fissure. If this was the goal of the Magisterium, then they have succeeded. Sacrificing the Sensi, even Doomwood as well, may have given us enough time to finish our work. But so many places at once? The safety of our people must come first. Understood, Lady Jania. Our forces shall be redistributed at once. I like her battle outfit. I like it. A lot. Yet the research must go on. I wonder, golems, necromancy, elemental spirits, mortals. Now I need to send for both the and Amadeus. Again! Doomwood, Greengard, Drakesford, the Deadlands. A worrisome development yet arose has retreated from the south. Sabotage! This was supposed to be a siege, not a massacre. The results are beneficial for now, but the long-term status is unacceptable. And the effects will go beyond the lines of everything. Who cares about some barbarians? Who would have had the knowledge to disrupt our control? The Shapeless is infuriating. We must end the proclamation prematurely. Shapeless does not want us to destroy Alflor. We must regain control. The Shapeless wills that we must send a diplomatic party to regain control of the rifts. Diplomatic? Are we insane? We've just declared war. Yet, if we do not clean up our oversight, we will find all of lore to be consumed in the ensuing chaos. The Shapeless wills the deployment of the Golden Hand Division to the Swordhaven for the purpose of readjusting control of the proclamation. The Shapeless does not. The Shapeless wills it. The Shapeless calls for a vote.
No, I refuse. You would rather learn that you're hiding something. Do you know what this is, Acanthus? It is an artifact of immense magical potential. I care not of its origins. You will activate it and adjust it to my specifications, or Jania will learn that our dear researcher has been hiding secrets from her. And if I tell her that her trusted general is working behind her back, then I bring you down with me. This artifact is evil, Acanthus. As I said, I care not of its origins. Will you, or will you not, complete this task for me? It shall be done. Good. Even now, I cannot escape this presence. For Lynn, for my daughter, I must succeed.
sickness here. You found this old ring in the woods around Emptyville. Moss and dirt clings to the playing band. Touching the ornate design of the signet gives you a small shock. It gives you nature and energy resist at the cost of some slight all resist. You know red flashing lights are bad when even the Magisterium starts panicking. And so we get the final overgrown signet. And we get to see the Magisterium declare war and try to rescind it. Now, Magisterium, what will you do as we face the darkest part of the story we have seen yet? With the Golden Hand and then going to Swordhaven, we will officially go to war. No longer with the Magisterium, but with the last remnants of this proclamation. Very quickly, I will show my coloration for the Chaos Weaver, or rather, the the different color custom ones, and I will also show exactly what I combine it with. Let's see, a good one would be the Doom Knight indeed. So, load this, load this. Why does it not? Okay, Blade of Awe. And then the Exalted Unity. The Invisible Helm. The Invisible Cape. And now, save. We have saved outfit 1. This is my usual go-to outfit. However, if I go and search for the Doom Dragon Scythe, this is what I color customed for. This one looks so good. I think this looks amazing, to be honest. And this is just what my color custom looks like. It also works really well with, for example, the pirate outfit. If you go Marauder, because that one already looks partially Doomified akin to that. But what really works is if you go this time class with the Draconic customization. That works amazingly well with this. This one, I mean. See? It works awesomely. So, that was what I wanted to show off at the end of this stream and at the end of this recording. I will see you all next week.